The EF-76 Nebulon-B escort frigate was designed with an emphasis on versatility and adaptability in combat scenarios. It was built to provide protection for convoys and capital ships while effectively engaging enemy starfighters and small craft. The weapon systems aboard the Nebulon-B reflect this design philosophy, offering a balanced array of heavy, medium, and point defense weaponry that ensures the frigate is well equipped to handle a variety of threats. The frigate's armament combines long-range firepower with a defensive posture that allows it to engage enemies at multiple ranges, while its point defense systems provide robust protection against small, fast-moving targets. At the core of the Nebulon-B's armament are 12 Taim and Bach 11-7 turbo lasers. These medium-caliber weapons are designed for sustained fire against both starfighters and larger vessels. Positioned on the frigate's lower hull, the turbo lasers are arranged in 6 forward-facing, 3 port-facing, and 3 starboard-facing configurations. This distribution allows the Nebulon-B to engage targets from most angles, though the ship's exposure is greatest when threats come from above or below, where there are fewer weapons. These turbo lasers offer considerable firepower and are capable of engaging enemy ships at moderate to long ranges. Their power consumption is substantial, but the frigate's auxiliary power generation system ensures that the turbo lasers can be sustained in prolonged engagements. The energy requirements of these weapons are efficiently managed, with power distribution systems that prioritize weapons during active combat. In addition to the turbo lasers, the Nebulon-B features 12 Borstal RH-8 laser cannons, designed for point defense against smaller craft, such as starfighters and missiles. These rapid-fire weapons are located across the frigate's fore, port, starboard, and aft sections, ensuring complete coverage against threats from almost any direction. The laser cannons are particularly effective in close-range combat, providing a high rate of fire to engage fast-moving or multiple targets simultaneously. The integrated targeting systems allow for rapid tracking and accurate engagement of smaller, agile foes, making them an essential part of the ship's defensive capabilities. While the RH-8 cannons excel against smaller craft, they are less effective against larger or heavily armored targets, and their efficiency is reduced when dealing with more substantial threats. For missile defense, the Nebulon-B is equipped with a warhead launcher that can fire advanced concussion missiles or torpedoes. These projectiles provide an additional layer of offensive capability, allowing the frigate to engage larger or more heavily protected targets. The launcher is integrated with the ship's primary fire control systems, ensuring that missiles are accurately targeted and fired. However, the number of warheads available is limited, so the launcher's rate of fire is constrained by the supply of ammunition. The ship's weapons rely primarily on energy-based systems, which helps minimize the need for traditional projectiles and allows for extended combat durations without resupply. The ship's power distribution is a key aspect of its combat effectiveness. The Nebulon-B is powered by Kuat Galaxy 15 ion engines, which provide propulsion, while auxiliary power generators handle the energy needs of the weapon systems. During combat, power is dynamically allocated to weapons and defensive systems as necessary, with the frigate's advanced power grid ensuring that all systems remain functional even during heavy engagements. The reactor is specifically designed to supply a steady flow of energy to the ship's weapons, and the power management systems are capable of rerouting energy if any part of the ship's systems is compromised. The frigate's energy efficiency is critical for sustaining its firepower during long battles, and the integrated cooling mechanisms prevent overheating of the weapons. The cooling systems on the Nebulon-B are designed to handle the thermal load generated by its energy weapons. The turbo lasers in particular produce significant heat during sustained fire, which is dissipated through a combination of radiators and heat dissipation panels. These systems work in conjunction with the frigate's deflector shield generators to manage heat buildup and ensure that the weapons can continue firing without risk of damage from overheating. The warhead launcher, meanwhile, requires conventional ammunition storage and is replenished when needed, but it does not contribute significantly to the ship's overall heat load. To ensure accurate targeting, the Nebulon-B is equipped with a sophisticated fire control system. The ship utilizes a Fabritech ANS-9.5 watts wide-range sensor array which provides the necessary data to track both large and small targets. The targeting systems are integrated with the ship's primary fire control computer, which employs plat-drama targeting algorithms to calculate optimal firing solutions in real time. This system allows the frigate to engage multiple targets simultaneously, adjusting the targeting parameters based on the movement and characteristics of the enemy vessels. Additionally, the targeting systems are supported by advanced AI-assisted fire control, improving accuracy and response time, particularly against evasive targets such as starfighters. The weapon systems aboard the Nebulon-B are designed with modularity in mind, allowing for upgrades and modifications based on mission needs. The turbo lasers can be replaced or upgraded with more advanced models, and the warhead launcher can be swapped for different types of missile systems, depending on the tactical requirements of the mission. This modularity ensures that the frigate remains effective in a wide range of combat scenarios, from protecting convoys to engaging in deep space patrols. However, the placement of the ship's weapons introduces certain vulnerabilities. The most significant of these is the spar connecting the two hull sections of the Nebulon-B, which serves as a structural weak point. Concentrated fire on this spar can cause catastrophic damage, potentially splitting the ship in two. Additionally, while the cooling and power systems are highly efficient, they are not immune to failure under sustained fire. Overheating of the turbo lasers or failure of the power distribution network can temporarily degrade the ship's combat capabilities, and the frigate's reliance on energy-based weapons means that its offensive capabilities can be limited by power demands. In conclusion, the Nebulon-B escort frigate is a highly capable warship that balances firepower, defense, and operational flexibility. Its weapons are optimized for the ship's role as an escort and protector, with turbo lasers for long-range engagements and point defense systems to protect against smaller threats. The ship's power distribution, cooling, and targeting systems are designed to support these weapons, ensuring that the frigate can maintain effective firepower in combat while managing the challenges posed by energy consumption and thermal load. While it does have its vulnerabilities, particularly in its midsection, the Nebulon-B remains a formidable vessel when deployed in the appropriate tactical scenarios. The EF-76 Nebulon-B escort frigate is equipped with a sophisticated propulsion system designed for both efficient long-range travel and agile maneuvering in combat scenarios. Its engine array is built around the Kuat Galaxy 15 ion engines, which provide the necessary thrust for the frigate's operations across a range of environments, from interstellar travel to precise tactical maneuvers in battle. The Nebulon-B is powered by 7 Kuat Galaxy 15 ion engines, arranged in a compact aft-mounted cluster. These engines utilize ionized plasma for propulsion, allowing the ship to achieve impressive speeds and acceleration while maintaining energy efficiency. The ion engines are powered by the frigate's auxiliary power systems, which draw energy from the main reactor, ensuring that the engines receive a constant and reliable supply of power. This allows the Nebulon-B to maintain high operational capacity for extended periods without compromising fuel efficiency or performance. In terms of speed, the Nebulon-B can reach a maximum atmospheric velocity of approximately 1,200 kilometers per hour. This speed is ideal for a vessel of its size and role, offering a balance between rapid travel and effective response times during engagements. In deep space, the frigate boasts a Class II hyperdrive rating, allowing it to jump across vast distances with relative ease. The Class 12 backup hyperdrive provides a redundant system in case of failure, ensuring that the ship remains capable of hyperspace travel even in emergency situations. Acceleration is another critical performance aspect for the Nebulon-B. The ship is capable of reaching full combat speeds rapidly, with an acceleration rating of 1,200 g. This high acceleration capability allows the frigate to quickly adjust its position during combat, making it more difficult for enemy craft to target or predict its movements. The ship's agility in space is enhanced by the precise control offered by its ion engines, which allow for responsive and smooth course adjustments, even in the midst of battle. The frigate's maneuverability is a key feature that enhances its combat effectiveness. While the Nebulon-B is not as agile as smaller starfighters or dedicated assault ships, it is highly maneuverable for a vessel of its size and mass. The ship can make rapid course changes in combat, allowing it to evade incoming fire or reposition itself to engage enemies more effectively. The ion engines provide the necessary thrust for fine-tuned adjustments, and the ship's stabilizing thrusters further enhance its ability to maintain stable and controlled flight. The Nebulon-B's propulsion and energy systems are interconnected with the frigate's power distribution network, which ensures that all systems receive the necessary power while maintaining overall efficiency. The energy generated by the main reactor is divided between propulsion, weapons, and defensive systems, with priority given to combat functions when necessary. The auxiliary power generator, in turn, supports the engine system during high-demand situations, such as combat or rapid maneuvers. The ship's advanced energy distribution system ensures that the engines receive a constant flow of power, preventing power failures or instability during intense operations. Given the high demands of the ion engines, the Nebulon-B is equipped with advanced cooling systems to manage heat dissipation. The ion engines generate significant thermal energy, especially during prolonged acceleration or in high-stress combat conditions. To prevent overheating, the frigate is equipped with a combination of radiators and heat dissipation panels that efficiently manage the heat produced by the engines. These systems ensure that the ion engines continue to operate at peak efficiency even during extended missions and prevent thermal damage to the components. The maintenance requirements of the Nebulon-B's propulsion system are substantial, as the ion engines require regular checks and calibration to ensure optimal performance. The complex nature of the engines means that they are highly susceptible to damage from both battle conditions and extended periods of use. Maintenance personnel must regularly inspect and clean the engines to prevent fuel inefficiency, overheating, or critical failures. Additionally, the cooling systems require routine upkeep to ensure proper heat management, as any issues in the cooling mechanisms can lead to dangerous overheating or a complete shutdown of the engines. The Nebulon-B's power distribution and propulsion systems are designed with redundancy in mind. The ship is equipped with backup power cells that can be used in the event of a failure in the primary power system. These backup systems ensure that the frigate can maintain basic functions, including propulsion, for a limited period, even if the main reactor is damaged. However, a prolonged loss of power to the engines would significantly reduce the ship's combat effectiveness and maneuverability, highlighting the importance of maintaining the ship's power systems in optimal condition. In conclusion, the Nebulon-B escort frigate's propulsion system, powered by its 7 Kuat Galaxy 15 ion engines, is a highly efficient and adaptable setup designed to meet the needs of the ship's varied roles. With a high maximum speed, rapid acceleration, and agile maneuverability, the ship is well equipped to respond quickly in combat and perform long-range patrols. The integration of advanced energy distribution and cooling systems ensures that the engines remain operational under extreme conditions, though regular maintenance is required to keep the system running smoothly. The redundancy built into the propulsion system ensures that the ship can continue its mission, even in the event of a critical failure, making the Nebulon-B a reliable and resilient vessel in both peace and war. The hyperdrive system of the EF-76 Nebulon-B escort frigate is a critical component that enables the ship to traverse vast distances across the galaxy at faster-than-light speeds. It uses a Class II hyperdrive system supported by a backup Class 12 system, allowing the frigate to travel between star systems quickly and efficiently. The operation of the hyperdrive is based on generating a hyperspace field that creates a stable rift in space-time, allowing the ship to bypass the limitations of conventional sublight travel. By manipulating space-time, the ship can jump from one location to another in an instant. The primary Class II hyperdrive is considered relatively fast and efficient for the size and role of the Nebulon-B, providing the ship with the ability to cover significant distances in a reasonable amount of time. The Class 12 backup system, while slower, offers a fail-safe in case the main system is compromised. However, the energy consumption of the hyperdrive is immense. The hyperdrive system requires significant power to create and maintain the hyperspace rift, and this energy is drawn from the ship's primary reactor. The reactor is responsible for distributing power across all of the ship's systems. but the hyperdrive consumes a large portion of this power, especially during longer hyperspace jumps or when navigating through more complex or dense areas of space. The auxiliary power generator is critical in supporting the hyperdrive, particularly during high-demand operations like rapid jumps or extended hyperspace travel. Overuse of the hyperdrive or multiple jumps in quick succession can place a considerable strain on the ship's power reserves, which can affect the performance of other systems. This balance between propulsion and power reserves is essential for maintaining operational readiness. Maintaining the hyperdrive system is a crucial part of the ship's upkeep. The components involved in generating the hyperspace rift require regular inspection and calibration to ensure optimal performance. The hyperdrive's conduits, relays, and stabilizers are subject to wear and tear over time, especially after extended periods of use or exposure to combat. Skilled maintenance personnel are responsible for checking for damage or degradation in these parts, which can lead to catastrophic failures if not addressed in time. Regular calibration of the ship's navigation systems is also essential, as these systems ensure that the frigate travels along the most efficient route through hyperspace, avoiding hazards such as gravity wells or large celestial bodies that could cause the ship to deviate from its course. Keeping the hyperdrive operational and up-to-date is vital for the Nebulon-B's effectiveness during long-range missions. The hyperdrive system is essential for the Nebulon-B's ability to perform its multifaceted role in the galaxy. As a ship designed for reconnaissance, long-range patrols, and combat support, the frigate must be able to respond to threats or move between star systems quickly. The Class II hyperdrive provides the ship with the speed and range necessary to cover large expanses of space in a relatively short amount of time. Whether conducting reconnaissance behind enemy lines, supporting larger fleets, or performing vital search and rescue operations, the hyperdrive ensures that the ship remains agile and effective, capable of repositioning itself as the situation demands. The importance of the hyperdrive system extends beyond the Nebulon-B itself. Hyperdrive technology is the backbone of interplanetary warfare in the galaxy. It allows fleets to move across vast distances, shifting between sectors and systems with speed and precision. Without hyperdrive technology, entire campaigns would be limited by the constraints of sublight travel, significantly reducing a fleet's ability to respond quickly to changing tactical situations. The rapid movement enabled by hyperdrive is what allows fleets to conduct surprise attacks, reinforce distant positions, and project power over large areas of space. This capability is fundamental to maintaining control over strategic territories, as fleets can arrive in the right place at the right time to influence the course of battle. For the Rebel Alliance and later the New Republic, hyperdrive-equipped ships like the Nebulon-B allowed them to maintain an offensive posture, striking at the heart of the Empire and its successor factions. The ability to quickly move between star systems was key to the Alliance's success, enabling rapid reinforcements, strategic strikes, and the movement of resources across the galaxy. In a similar manner, the Empire's reliance on hyperdrive-equipped ships allowed it to dominate vast regions of space, ensuring that it could respond to threats quickly and decisively. In summary, the hyperdrive system of the Nebulon-B escort frigate is vital to its operational capabilities. Its ability to enable faster-than-light travel is crucial for the ship's role in reconnaissance, combat support, and long-range missions. The power demands of the hyperdrive, its maintenance requirements, and the navigational precision needed for safe hyperspace travel are all integral to the ship's continued effectiveness. The hyperdrive not only ensures the frigate's mobility, but also serves as a cornerstone of interplanetary warfare, enabling strategic maneuvers and maintaining the operational tempo needed in galactic conflicts. The EF-76 Nebulon-B escort frigate's design is a blend of functional versatility and defensive resilience, optimized for long-duration missions across the galaxy. The ship measures approximately 300 meters in length, with a width of 72 meters and a height of 166 meters. Its unique structure features a two-section hull, the forward section containing the command center, medical facilities, and hangar bays, and the rear propulsion section housing the 7 ion engines that provide thrust for its movement. This configuration, combined with a cylindrical connecting neck, gives the Nebulon-B a distinctive appearance, though the design also presents some inherent vulnerabilities, particularly in the connection between the two hull sections. The power plant of the Nebulon-B is built around a robust primary reactor that provides energy for all ship systems, including propulsion, weapons, shields, and life support. The auxiliary power generator ensures a backup source of energy crucial during high-demand operations or when the primary reactor is under strain. This energy distribution system enables the ship to maintain operational capacity in a variety of roles, from combat to reconnaissance. For protection, the Nebulon-B is equipped with a dual-layer shield system, the Delphis JC671 deflector shield generator, reinforced by the Serage Seal shielding system. These shields are designed to withstand a variety of combat scenarios, from absorbing blaster fire to offering some protection against heavier hits. The combination of both deflector and corpuscular shielding ensures the ship is well armored against energy-based and physical attacks, though the shields can be vulnerable if overwhelmed or focused on a single point, particularly in the midsection where the hull's connection is more fragile. The hull itself is made from titanium-reinforced alloy, offering a high degree of durability and resistance to damage, while also providing a lighter overall structure compared to some of the more heavily armored capital ships. This construction choice balances between strength and agility, allowing the Nebulon-B to engage in both offensive and defensive operations without sacrificing too much maneuverability. Life support systems are an essential part of the Nebulon-B's design, as it is built to carry a sizable crew of between 850 and 920 personnel, depending on mission configuration. The systems provide breathable air, maintain pressure, and ensure the temperature remains within safe limits for the crew. While the primary living areas include sleeping quarters, the ship's design also features common areas such as mess halls, recreation rooms, and medical bays. These are all built to accommodate the extended missions the Nebulon-B is likely to undertake. The bridge with a central command station is designed for both practical operation and comfort, though space remains compact and functional. This efficiency in design ensures that the crew can perform at their best, even during extended missions in deep space. Communication systems are another critical aspect of the Nebulon-B. The frigate is equipped with a long-range multi-frequency communication array, enabling it to maintain contact with other ships or bases across vast distances. These communication systems are coupled with short-range arrays to ensure secure and rapid communications within fleet formations. The array is also capable of jamming enemy transmissions or intercepting communications, an important tool for both tactical advantages and security. The frigate's scanner systems include long-range sensors capable of detecting enemy movements, monitoring traffic patterns, and surveying planets or asteroids in a reconnaissance role. These sensors are capable of scanning multiple wavelengths and frequencies, allowing the ship to track enemies, detect hidden threats, and assist in navigation through hyperspace. Advanced sensor suites also support the ship's targeting systems, allowing precise targeting for its weapons during combat. In terms of lighting and atmosphere, the Nebulon-B's interior features a soft, pale color palette, with dimmed lighting to enhance crew comfort during extended missions. While the aesthetic is relatively subdued, it is purposeful for both practical and psychological reasons. It helps maintain a calm and focused environment, especially in critical areas such as the bridge or the medical bay, where lighting conditions can affect both personnel performance and patient care. The cargo capacity of the Nebulon-B is modest, with space allocated primarily for essential supplies and equipment. It can carry up to 6,000 metric tons of cargo, including mission-critical supplies, medical materials, or light transports. In addition, the ship is equipped with at least one docking bay to accommodate starfighters, shuttles, and smaller vessels. The frigate typically carries up to 24 TI series starfighters, along with several shuttles for landing operations, troop transport, or cargo delivery. The crew's life conditions aboard the Nebulon-B are largely defined by the extended mission types the ship is intended for. While the frigate is not designed for luxury or excessive comfort, the crew enjoys sufficient amenities to maintain efficiency over prolonged periods. Regular shifts and operational schedules ensure that the crew can remain rested and ready for action. Despite the ship's relatively small size and the compact quarters, the Nebulon-B provides the necessary support for its crew, allowing them to function effectively during long reconnaissance missions, combat engagements, or medical evacuations. The crew of the EF-76 Nebulon-B escort frigate operates within a structured hierarchy that ensures efficiency and coordination during the ship's varied missions. At the top of the chain of command is the vehicle commander, typically a senior officer responsible for overseeing all operations aboard the frigate. This individual holds the authority to make tactical decisions, coordinate with other fleet units, and manage the crew's activities during combat or reconnaissance missions. The vehicle commander is typically supported by a team of officers, each in charge of specific sections of the ship, such as navigation, weapons, and engineering. The hierarchy within the Nebulon-B also includes a wide range of roles that are vital to the smooth functioning of the ship. Officers, many of whom are trained in specialized fields, work closely with enlisted crew members who manage the day-to-day operations. Roles such as gunners, communications officers, medical personnel, and engineers ensure that the ship remains operational in all aspects. The medical personnel, for instance, are critical in times of combat, as they are responsible for tending to any wounded crew members or prisoners that may be aboard. Engineers maintain the ship's systems, including propulsion, shields, and life support, while gunners ensure the effective use of the ship's weapons. While the majority of the crew is composed of standard personnel, the Nebulon-B frigate also occasionally makes use of clone troopers in certain configurations, particularly when engaging in combat or special operations. Clones trained on the planet Camino have undergone rigorous physical and combat training from a young age and are highly specialized for various military functions. In these instances, clones would be assigned to security, boarding operations, or critical defense roles. While clone troopers are often preferred for combat and highly structured missions, the ship also includes ordinary enlisted personnel who may not have received such intensive training but are still capable of performing their duties after receiving standard military instruction. Ordinary crew members are trained in specific fields related to the ship's systems, ensuring that each crew member is capable of executing essential functions such as navigation, medical support, and general operations. The training process for crew members, both clones and regular personnel, can be intense and multifaceted, depending on the role. While clones receive advanced training from the Republic's military academies and on Camino, ordinary personnel might undergo training at various naval institutions, learning about the ship's systems, tactics, and regulations. While clones can be trained rapidly and effectively, ordinary personnel are often trained for a broader range of skills, making them adaptable to various assignments aboard the ship. Morale aboard the Nebulon-B is a crucial aspect of the ship's success, especially for long missions. With its mixture of clone and regular personnel, ensuring that the crew stays motivated and focused is essential for the success of both combat and non-combat operations. The presence of recreational facilities, regular shifts, and a clear hierarchy of leadership help maintain high morale, even in difficult or extended missions. The crew is also motivated by a sense of duty, often bolstered by their belief in the importance of their mission, whether it's safeguarding a convoy, conducting a reconnaissance operation, or serving as a medical frigate. The equipment aboard the Nebulon-B is designed to support its crew in both combat and non-combat scenarios. Standard-issue military uniforms, personal weapons, and communication devices ensure that each crew member is equipped to perform their role effectively. Specialized tools such as medical kits and diagnostic devices are provided for the relevant personnel, while engineers and gunners are equipped with more technical or weapon-related tools. The presence of an astromech droid on board the frigate further enhances the crew's capabilities, with the droid taking on roles such as navigation assistance, troubleshooting ship systems, and performing maintenance tasks. The astromech droid is especially crucial in ensuring that the ship's hyperdrive and weapons systems are functioning correctly, making it an invaluable asset during operations. Regulations aboard the Nebulon-B are strictly adhered to, with protocols established for everything from combat operations to daily routines. The crew is expected to maintain discipline and follow orders, ensuring that operations run smoothly. In combat situations, the ship's regulations require an effective chain of command, with decisions being made by the vehicle commander and communicated through the appropriate channels. However, in times of crisis, flexibility is required, and the crew is often expected to act independently within their area of responsibility. The Nebulon-B's regulations also encompass safety procedures, ensuring the proper handling of dangerous materials, weapons, and medical situations, as well as maintaining the ship's structural integrity during long voyages. The production of the EF-76 Nebulon-B escort frigate was a complex process, driven by the need for a versatile and highly functional warship that could serve multiple roles within the Imperial Navy and later, Rebel and New Republic fleets. Developed by Kuat Drive Yards, the company was renowned for its expertise in constructing large-scale starships, including the iconic Imperial-class Star Destroyer. The design of the Nebulon-B was a result of Kuat Drive Yards' extensive experience with modular production systems, which allowed them to efficiently produce various classes of ships with adaptable components and assembly lines. The development of the Nebulon-B class was part of the broader need for a versatile ship capable of fulfilling multiple roles within the fleet. While initially intended for convoy protection and anti-starfighter duties, the ship was designed with a modular architecture that allowed it to be easily converted for other purposes, including medical frigate modifications. This flexibility made the Nebulon-B an attractive option for both the Empire and, later, the Rebel Alliance, who needed ships capable of adapting to various missions. The design focused on a central cylindrical body connected to a long spar, which housed critical systems, such as the engines and deflector shields. The layout of the ship, though not as streamlined as some other capital ships, was intended to maximize efficiency while still maintaining a strong presence on the battlefield. The construction of the Nebulon-B was a highly organized process carried out in the massive shipyards of Kuat. These facilities were known for their efficiency and advanced technology, enabling the assembly of ships at a rapid pace. The shipyards themselves were sprawling complexes, equipped with state-of-the-art tools for fabricating components, assembling hulls, and integrating complex systems such as propulsion, shielding, and weaponry. The modular production system played a crucial role in speeding up the construction process. Each section of the ship was constructed separately, and then brought together during the final assembly phase, which was streamlined by automated systems and a highly skilled workforce. The logistics of constructing the Nebulon-B involved the transportation of various components to the shipyard from different locations. Materials such as titanium-reinforced alloys used for the hull and specialized components for the engine and weapon systems were transported by cargo ships. The shipyards were equipped with extensive docking facilities to handle large shipments of materials, and the production lines were designed for minimal downtime, ensuring continuous production cycles. Labor within the shipyards was divided into specialized teams with workers skilled in different aspects of ship construction. Engineers, drafters, and designers collaborated closely with production crews to ensure that each ship met the rigorous standards required for space combat. Kuat Drive Yards also employed highly trained technicians for the installation and calibration of critical systems, such as the ship's hyperdrive and weapons. The work environment in these facilities was fast-paced and demanding, with workers often operating under tight deadlines to meet the requirements of both the Imperial Navy and later the various factions within the galaxy. The price of each Nebulon-B escort frigate was significant, reflecting the advanced technology and versatility built into the ship. At 8.5 million credits per unit, the cost of production was substantial, though the ship's adaptability and durability justified the expense. While the Empire initially invested in these ships for fleet protection and policing duties, their flexibility allowed them to be widely adopted across various factions. The cost was also balanced by the modular nature of the ship, which allowed for upgrades and modifications to be made after initial construction, making the ship even more valuable in the long term. Kuat Drive Yards was the primary developer of the Nebulon-B escort frigate, and their expertise in shipbuilding ensured that the design and construction of the frigate was executed to the highest standards. The company's long-standing reputation for producing reliable and effective starships was one of the main reasons the Nebulon-B was able to meet the demands of both military and non-military factions. Despite the relatively high cost, the ship's effectiveness in combat, adaptability, and capacity for modification made it a highly sought-after vessel in the galaxy. In summary, the production of the EF-76 Nebulon-B escort frigate was a highly technical and well-coordinated process that involved advanced design, modular construction, and efficient assembly lines. The shipyards of Quat Drive Yards played a critical role in ensuring the timely production of the frigates, while the labor force was essential in executing the complex tasks required for the ship's completion. The cost of the frigates reflected the value of their design and versatility, ensuring that the Nebulon-B remained an essential asset for many factions throughout the galaxy. The Nebulon-C escort frigate, a successor to the EF-76 Nebulon-B, was a versatile and highly capable vessel, primarily used by the New Republic and later by the Resistance during the First Order Resistance War. Manufactured by Quat Drive Yards, this frigate was designed for multiple roles, including escort, cruiser, support ship, and even a hospital vessel when refitted. It was optimized for longer-range missions, offering more potent armaments and improved functionality compared to its predecessor, with a length of 549.17 meters, a width of 195.06 meters, and a height of 322.24 meters. The Nebulon-C is significantly larger than the Nebulon-B, providing greater capacity for both combat and support functions. Its size and modular design allow for greater flexibility, enabling the ship to serve in a variety of capacities depending on the mission. The frigate's primary power source is its main reactor, supported by an auxiliary generator and power recycling cells. This energy distribution system ensures the frigate remains operational during extended missions or intense combat situations, enabling it to support its various systems, including weapons, shields, sensors, and engines. The frigate also incorporates 5 power cells for backup, ensuring that power needs are met even in cases of disruption or damage. For propulsion, the Nebulon-C is equipped with 9 ion drive thruster nozzles, providing a balance of speed and maneuverability. These engines deliver sufficient thrust for the frigate to engage in both combat and long-range reconnaissance or escort missions. The ion drive systems are highly efficient, offering reliable fuel consumption while delivering the necessary thrust for rapid responses to changing battlefield conditions. The Nebulon-C features a standard hyperdrive system, allowing for interstellar travel and enabling the frigate to perform critical long-range operations. This capability is essential for its role in escorting fleets and providing reinforcements across the galaxy, ensuring that the frigate can quickly adapt to the strategic needs of a galactic conflict. The hyperdrive system is seamlessly integrated with the other systems on board, ensuring the ship's operational readiness during rapid deployment across star systems. In terms of defense, the Nebulon-C is equipped with a deflector shield generator, which protects the frigate from enemy fire, including heavy turbo lasers and other forms of projectile-based weapons. While its shielding system offers reliable protection, the frigate's hull is also constructed with reinforced alloys, providing additional defense against damage. However, the frigate's midsection remains a vulnerable point, requiring tactical maneuvering to avoid concentrated fire from larger vessels. The armament of the Nebulon-C is a significant step forward compared to its predecessor, designed to offer both long-range firepower and effective point defense capabilities. The frigate is armed with 10 heavy turbo lasers, arranged to provide a broad spectrum of firepower against both capital ships and smaller vessels. These turbo lasers are capable of inflicting significant damage to enemy ships and can be used for both offensive and defensive purposes. In addition to the heavy turbo lasers, the frigate is equipped with 6-point defense laser cannon turrets. These rapid-fire turrets are designed to engage smaller, faster-moving targets, such as starfighters or missiles. The point defense systems are supported by advanced targeting technology, which enhances the frigate's ability to engage agile threats with precision. The Nebulon-C also features 2 proton torpedo launchers, adding versatility to its arsenal. These launchers are capable of firing powerful torpedoes, especially effective against heavily armored or shielded targets. Furthermore, the frigate is equipped with tractor beam projectors, which can be used for capturing or disabling enemy vessels, or for moving large objects such as damaged ships or cargo across space. To support its operational requirements, the Nebulon-C includes a variety of sensor and communication systems. A navigation and targeting sensor spine enhances the frigate's ability to track targets and navigate through challenging environments such as asteroid fields or near planetary bodies. Additionally, the ship is equipped with a sensor array blister, expanding its detection range to identify threats or allies in the vicinity. The communication systems include a primary comms array, enabling long-range communications with other ships, fleets, or command centers, which is vital for coordinating battle strategies and maintaining fleet integrity. The Nebulon-C is crewed by a minimum of 170 personnel, divided into specialized roles including command officers, gunners, engineers, and medical personnel. This relatively small crew size is made possible by the ship's advanced automation systems, which handle many of the ship's day-to-day operations. When refitted as a hospital ship, the Nebulon-C features full medical facilities capable of treating casualties, which enhances its flexibility in wartime operations. In terms of complement, the Nebulon-C can carry a starfighter wing and is equipped with two U-55 orbital load lifters, which are used for transporting cargo or assisting with logistics during missions. It also has two docking booms, enabling the transfer of cargo and personnel between the frigate and other vessels or stations. The Nebulon-C's role within a fleet is multifaceted. As an escort frigate, it provides protection for larger capital ships, safeguarding them from smaller threats while engaging in combat with larger enemies. The frigate's armament and maneuverability allow it to excel in both offensive and defensive roles. Its versatility extends beyond combat, as it can serve as a cruiser or support vessel during extended operations. When refitted as a hospital ship, the Nebulon-C becomes a critical asset for treating wounded personnel, ensuring that the fleet remains operational even during periods of heavy casualties. In conclusion, the Nebulon-C escort frigate is a highly versatile and well-rounded vessel, designed to meet the complex needs of a galactic war. Its combination of advanced weapons, strong defensive systems, efficient propulsion, and adaptability to multiple roles makes it an invaluable asset for the New Republic and the Resistance. Whether serving as a frontline combat vessel, an escort ship, or a hospital ship, the Nebulon-C is a powerful tool for ensuring success in large-scale galactic conflicts. The Nebulon-B frigate, a modified version of the Nebulon-B escort frigate, was designed for improved combat capability, making it a more formidable vessel within the fleet of the Galactic Empire, the Rebel Alliance, and later other factions. Manufactured by Kuat Drive Yards as part of the Nebulon series, the Nebulon-B maintained a similar profile to its predecessor, but featured several upgrades to enhance its performance in battle and its overall survivability. With a length of 253.2 meters, a width of 147.7 meters, and a height of 94.3 meters, the Nebulon-B is slightly more compact compared to the Nebulon-B. The redesigned forward pod of the Nebulon-B splits into an inverted V shape, providing a larger surface area for mounting additional weapons. This modification improves the frigate's offensive capabilities, allowing it to carry a more diverse and powerful arsenal. The connecting spar between the forward and rear sections was also reinforced, making the ship less vulnerable to heavy fire that could potentially cause catastrophic damage to its predecessor. The enhancements to the structure allowed the Nebulon-B to withstand more punishment, increasing its durability and operational longevity in combat scenarios. The armament of the Nebulon-B is significantly more advanced than the Nebulon-B. It is equipped with 8 standard turbo lasers, providing strong firepower for engagements against both capital ships and starfighters. In addition, it is armed with 8 dual heavy turbo laser turrets, which offer a greater rate of fire and more concentrated damage against larger, heavily armored targets. These turbo lasers can target various threats, from smaller fighter craft to larger vessels, ensuring that the Nebulon-B is versatile in its offensive role. The frigate is also equipped with a concussion missile launcher, which can fire a total of 10 standard missiles. The inclusion of missile launchers adds a further dimension to the Nebulon-B weaponry, enabling it to deal heavy damage to enemy targets, including shielded or armored vessels, which would otherwise resist turbo laser fire. Beyond its armament, the Nebulon-B is designed with a complement of 1,120 crew members, making it a relatively large frigate in terms of crew capacity. The crew is divided into specialized roles for operating the ship's systems, including engineering, weapons systems, and command functions. The ship is also capable of carrying 150 troops, allowing it to support ground-based operations when necessary. These troops can be deployed in combat zones, providing additional flexibility to the frigate in various operational contexts. The Nebulon-B is capable of serving in multiple roles within a fleet, including as an escort, command ship, and frigate. As an escort, it provides protection to larger capital ships, engaging enemy starfighters and smaller vessels to clear the way for heavier ships. It can also function as a command ship within smaller fleets, acting as a flag vessel for fleet coordination and tactical leadership. Additionally, the Nebulon-B has been modified on occasion to serve as a hospital ship, particularly within the Rebel Alliance, to provide medical support during long engagements or after large-scale battles. The Nebulon-B frigate is a versatile and powerful asset in galactic conflicts, combining improved firepower, speed, and survivability over its predecessor. Its enhanced armament and shields make it a formidable opponent in both offensive and defensive roles, while its capacity for adaptation to various missions, whether escorting larger ships, serving as a command vessel, or supporting humanitarian efforts, demonstrates its flexibility. With its reinforced structure, faster speed, and diverse weaponry, the Nebulon-B continues to be an essential part of fleets across multiple factions, providing critical support in galactic warfare. The Nebulon-K frigate is a model used by the First Order Navy, primarily serving as a capital ship with distinct features, suited for both offensive and defensive roles. This variant of the Nebulon series is equipped with turbo lasers, allowing it to engage in powerful fire exchanges with enemy ships. Though it faces some challenges with its combustion shielding system, which has been noted for reliability issues. Despite these drawbacks, the Nebulon-K is a formidable asset in the First Order fleet, designed to carry out high-stakes operations in various scenarios. The Nebulon-K is equipped with hyperdrive capabilities, allowing it to perform long-range travel across vast regions of space, positioning it as a critical component for swift deployments and fleet actions. This feature, in combination with its firepower, makes the ship capable of operating independently in various combat theaters, although its performance can be hindered if the combustion shielding malfunctions. The shielding system, while offering some degree of protection, has been described as problematic, and it poses a potential vulnerability that could be exploited in battle. In terms of armament, the Nebulon-K carries turbo lasers, which serve as its primary offensive weapon. These turbo lasers are designed to deliver heavy firepower capable of damaging enemy starships or fortifications. While the specifics of the weaponry are not fully detailed, the ship's turbo laser array positions it as a reliable force in fleet engagements, though it may face challenges against more heavily shielded or armored vessels due to the known issues with its defensive systems. The Nebulon-K frigate also possesses a flight capability for TIE/FO space superiority fighters. These fighters are moored aboard the frigate and provide an additional tactical advantage, allowing the Nebulon-K to engage enemy starfighters or defend itself from smaller, more nimble craft. The presence of a fighter complement boosts the frigate's versatility, enabling it to perform roles beyond the scope of its capital ship function, such as supporting fleet operations, engaging enemy fighters, or providing additional protection to high-value assets. The frigate's role within the First Order Navy is primarily focused on capital ship operations, where it is used as a heavy-hitting vessel within larger fleet formations. Despite its challenges with its shielding, the Nebulon-K frigate's combination of offensive firepower and fighter support capabilities makes it a formidable presence in any fleet. Its deployment to the UVA system alongside other First Order vessels illustrates its function as a versatile and potent asset in the Navy's broader strategy. However, its known issues with combustion shielding underscore a potential area of vulnerability that could affect its operational readiness in prolonged engagements. Overall, the Nebulon-K frigate, with its turbo lasers, fighter complement, and hyperdrive capabilities, serves as an essential vessel within the First Order's naval forces. While it faces certain technical challenges, particularly regarding its shielding, the Nebulon-K's strengths in offensive and support operations make it a valuable asset in the fleet's lineup, contributing to the First Order's dominance across the galaxy. During the Battle of Scarif, Admiral Radis led a significant detachment of the Rebel Alliance fleet, which included at least 3 EF-76 Nebulon-B escort frigates, along with MC-75 cruisers, CR-90 corvettes, and various starfighter squadrons. These Nebulon-B frigates played a crucial role in the battle, providing fire support, escorting smaller rebel ships, and engaging Imperial forces in orbit over Scarif, as Rogue One carried out their daring mission to steal the Death Star plans from the Imperial security complex on the planet's surface. As the battle intensified, the Nebulon-B frigates engaged Imperial forces, working alongside Mon Calamari capital ships such as the MC-75 Profundity and other Alliance vessels. When Darth Vader's flagship, the Imperial I-class Star Destroyer Devastator, emerged from hyperspace, the tide of battle quickly turned against the Rebel fleet. The Devastator's turbolaser batteries and heavy firepower inflicted devastating losses on the already outnumbered Alliance forces. One of the Nebulon-B frigates was caught in the Imperial Star Destroyer's overwhelming barrage, causing its central spar to break apart, effectively splitting the ship in half. The destruction of this frigate was part of the larger Imperial counterattack, which sought to cut off the Rebel escape route and prevent the stolen Death Star plans from leaving the system. Despite these losses, at least one Nebulon-B frigate managed to survive the battle, escaping into hyperspace along with other Rebel ships that fled the engagement in the final moments. The destruction of Scarif's shield gate and the successful transmission of the Death Star plans allowed the surviving Alliance ships to withdraw, though the fleet suffered significant casualties in the process. This battle further solidified the Nebulon-B's reputation as a reliable warship, as it was able to withstand heavy fire and contribute meaningfully to the fight, even when facing overwhelming Imperial opposition. Following the Battle of Yavin and the subsequent evacuation of Yavin 4, the Rebel Alliance found itself in a desperate struggle to remain mobile while searching for a new secure base. In this period of uncertainty, the Rebel leadership utilized an EF-76 Nebulon-B escort frigate as their temporary headquarters, serving as a mobile command center from which they could coordinate their military and strategic operations against the Galactic Empire. With the Empire actively hunting them, the fleet remained constantly on the move, never staying in one location for too long to avoid detection. Aboard the Nebulon-B, the most senior leaders of the Rebel Alliance, including Mon Mothma, General John Dodonna, and Admiral Jial Akbar, gathered to plan future operations after the assault on Simoon, an important attack on an Imperial weapons facility. The frigate's advanced communication systems and command capabilities made it an ideal choice for maintaining coordination between the scattered Rebel forces. In addition to serving as a command hub, the ship also provided medical and repair facilities, with Han Solo and Chewbacca using its hangar bays to work on the Millennium Falcon, which had sustained damage during previous encounters with the Empire. Solo, still recovering from his injuries, took time to recuperate on board, while his co-pilot Chewbacca assisted with repairing the freighter systems. At the same time, Luke Skywalker used one of the ship's private chambers to train in the ways of the Force, trying to deepen his understanding of his Jedi heritage. However, troubled by lingering questions about his past and seeking answers about the Jedi Order, Skywalker soon left the frigate and set out for Tatooine, hoping to uncover more about his father and his destiny. Meanwhile, Princess Leia Organa and Han Solo departed on a scouting mission to locate a new base for the Alliance, leaving the senior Rebel leadership to discuss Skywalker's increasingly reckless behavior. Although Mon Mothma recognized Skywalker's importance to the rebellion, she was unable to commit any official Alliance forces to aid him when he later found himself in trouble on Nar Shaddaa. Nevertheless, Chewbacca and C-3PO volunteered to assist their friend, leaving the frigate to help Skywalker on their own initiative. Sometime later, the Rebel leadership reconvened aboard the Nebulon-B, meeting with both Leia Organa and Luke Skywalker in the ship's command center. During this meeting, they assigned Skywalker and Organa to a crucial mission on Terene 7, a daring operation that would eventually lead them to hijack an Imperial Star Destroyer. By this time, the Nebulon-B was no longer operating alone. It had become part of a much larger contingent of the Rebel fleet, reinforcing its role as a key vessel within the Alliance's growing naval forces. The frigate continued to serve as a vital asset, providing tactical support, logistical coordination, and a safe haven for some of the Rebellion's most influential figures as they worked to topple the Galactic Empire. By 3 ABY, the Nebulon-B escort frigate Redemption had been repurposed by the Rebel Alliance as a dedicated medical ship, providing advanced medical treatment for wounded personnel and serving as a critical support vessel within the fleet. As the rebellion waged war against the Galactic Empire, the Redemption played a crucial role in ensuring that injured pilots, soldiers, and officers could be treated and returned to active duty. Following the devastating Battle of Hoth, in which the Rebel Alliance suffered severe losses and was forced to evacuate Echo Base, the Alliance fleet was divided into multiple divisions as part of its scatter protocol, designed to minimize losses by dispersing forces to separate rendezvous points. The Redemption, along with the Nebulon-B Frigate Tyvor-X and another unnamed Nebulon-B, was assigned to the 4th Division, one of the surviving battle groups regrouping after the Imperial assault. Their destination was Rendezvous Point Delta 3, a remote location chosen as a temporary gathering site for surviving rebel forces. However, the situation quickly turned dire when the 4th Division fell into an Imperial ambush, orchestrated by the Empire to eliminate the scattered remnants of the fleet. A well-coordinated Imperial blockade trapped the division against a nearby star, cutting off any chance of escape through hyperspace. Under relentless enemy fire, the Tyvor-X was overwhelmed and destroyed, unable to withstand the firepower of the Imperial warships. With enemy vessels closing in, the Redemption and the remaining Nebulon-B Frigate were on the brink of destruction. In a critical moment, the situation was dramatically reversed by the unexpected arrival of the Millennium Falcon, piloted by Han Solo, Leia Organa, Chewbacca, and Lando Calrissian. Using its speed and maneuverability, the Falcon disrupted the Imperial fleet's formation, allowing the 2 surviving Nebulon-B frigates to break through the blockade and jump into hyperspace. This last-minute intervention saved hundreds of lives and preserved vital rebel assets that would be needed for future battles against the Empire. Later, after escaping from Cloud City on Bespin, Luke Skywalker was transported to the Redemption, where he received medical treatment for the severe injuries inflicted by Darth Vader during their fateful duel. It was aboard the Redemption that Luke received his cybernetic hand, replacing the one he lost in battle. The frigate, continuing its role as a lifeline for the Rebel fleet, remained a cornerstone of the Alliance's efforts to keep its personnel alive and combat-ready as the war against the Empire escalated. During Operation Yellow Moon, the Nebulon-B escort frigate Remembrance, commanded by Captain Volk Amarick, played a pivotal role as the lead vessel in a convoy tasked with protecting Princess Leia Organa, one of the key leaders of the Rebel Alliance. This operation was a crucial component of the broader Rebel strategy to divert Imperial forces away from the true objectives of the Alliance, ensuring that high-value missions could proceed without interference from the Empire. As the flagship of the convoy, the Remembrance coordinated the fleet's movements, providing tactical oversight, firepower, and a command center for the operation. Alongside its escort ships, the frigate was responsible for shielding Leia and other essential personnel from Imperial threats, ensuring their safety as they traversed the galaxy. Given the Nebulon-B's formidable shielding and firepower, the vessel was well suited to its role, capable of engaging enemy forces while maintaining defensive coverage for the convoy. Operation Yellow Moon was a diversionary campaign designed to mislead the Galactic Empire, drawing their attention away from the true activities of the Rebel Alliance. Leia Organa, as the face of this mission, took a highly visible role in the operation, deliberately placing herself in the Empire's sights to lend credibility to the ruse. The Remembrance and its escort ships accompanied Leia as she traveled to multiple locations, broadcasting signals and intelligence that suggested a major Rebel offensive was imminent, thereby forcing the Empire to allocate resources to counter this non-existent threat. The mission's success relied on strategic deception, with the Remembrance ensuring Leia's safe passage through hostile territory while maintaining the illusion that a significant Rebel operation was unfolding. This maneuver successfully diverted Imperial forces away from key Rebel activities, buying the Alliance time to regroup and execute their actual plans against the Empire. Throughout the operation, the Remembrance proved itself to be an indispensable asset, showcasing the versatility and resilience of the Nebulon-B class in both tactical combat and fleet coordination roles. The frigate's ability to operate as a mobile command ship, while also serving as a capable escort vessel, reinforced its reputation as one of the most valuable warships in the Rebel fleet. At the Battle of Endor in 4 ABY, at least 2 Nebulon-B escort frigates were part of the Rebel fleet, including the Redemption, which fought valiantly alongside other Rebel warships against the Imperial fleet. The Redemption and its companion frigate drew heavy enemy fire during the battle, as they engaged Imperial Star Destroyers and provided support for the Rebel starfighters attempting to disable the Death Star II's superstructure. Despite the intense fighting, the Nebulon-B Frigate served crucial roles, protecting key Rebel assets and aiding in the overall success of the Alliance's assault on the Empire's forces. Following the Battle of Endor and the destruction of the second Death Star, the Rebel fleet was scattered across the galaxy due to the Empire's retaliatory strikes. However, at least one Nebulon-B frigate managed to survive and join the Rebel fleet command at muster point. Vergence, about 20 days after Endor, a rendezvous location where surviving Rebel forces regrouped. This muster point was a vital step in the Rebel fleet's efforts to reorganize and plan further operations after the significant losses sustained in the battle. The surviving Nebulon-B frigate continued to serve in subsequent operations and was eventually moved to muster point, Stalwart, a location where the Rebel fleet would continue to consolidate its forces and prepare for future engagements with the Empire. The Nebulon-Bs, with their versatility and durability, remained essential assets in the Rebel Alliance's fleet, ensuring that they could continue to fight against the Empire's forces in the aftermath of their greatest victory at Endor. Numerous Nebulon-B frigates continued their service with the New Republic following the fall of the Galactic Empire, playing key roles in its fight to establish lasting peace and security in the galaxy. One such instance was at the Battle of Jakku, a decisive conflict that marked the final defeat of Imperial forces. During the battle, Commodore Kirsta Agate observed a Nebulon-B frigate courageously fighting on despite catastrophic damage. Under heavy fire from an Imperial Star Destroyer, the Nebulon-B was split in half but continued to unleash its full complement of weapons, its resilience emblematic of the New Republic's determination and the tenacity of its forces in the face of overwhelming odds. The Nebulon-B's actions, despite its eventual destruction, helped buy precious time for the Republic's forces, showcasing the frigate's combat versatility and its vital role in the battle. Later in the conflict, another Nebulon-B frigate would play a significant role in damaging the Imperial forces. This frigate collided with the Eviscerator, the flagship of Admiral Garrick Versio, during a chaotic sequence of events. The Eviscerator, already under heavy fire and severely compromised, was further destabilized when the Nebulon-B crashed into its hull. The collision added to the Imperial flagship's already crumbling integrity, contributing to its eventual destruction. This event marked another instance of the Nebulon-B's enduring legacy in the Rebel Alliance and later the New Republic, demonstrating the continued importance of these frigates in critical battles throughout the galaxy. The Salvation was a prominent EF-76 Nebulon-B escort frigate that originally served the Galactic Empire before being captured by the Rebel Alliance during the skirmish over Lycia. It was one of the first significant additions to the growing Rebel fleet, symbolizing the Alliance's expanding power in its fight against the Empire. After its capture, the Salvation was fitted with advanced modifications, including a fusion accelerator cannon, and was ultimately named Salvation by former Imperial Senator and Rebel leader Min Mothma. The name symbolized the vessel's role in the Rebel cause, an embodiment of hope and salvation for a galaxy oppressed by the Empire. The Salvation was a large frigate capable of carrying various squadrons of starfighters, including Y-Wings, ZA-95 Headhunters, and ER-22 Spearheads, which made it an ideal command ship and flagship for the Rebel fleet. Its armament included quadruple laser cannons and other defensive measures, including force fields and defensive turbo laser guns, to protect it against both Imperial starfighters and larger capital ships. Under the command of Juno Eclipse, a former Imperial captain who defected to the Rebel cause, the Salvation was first put to the test during the Rebel mission to Cato Nemoidia. Eclipse and her crew succeeded in carrying out their objectives, marking the frigate's first official mission in the service of the Alliance. However, despite the ship's capabilities, the Empire's overwhelming numbers forced a retreat, as the Alliance could not afford to lose the Salvation or any of its remaining ships. Later, when General Ram Kota and the Starkiller arrived at the Salvation in the Atani Nebula, the frigate became the target of a direct assault by Darth Vader's elite forces, led by the bounty hunter Boba Fett. The crew was unprepared for such an attack, and the ship was boarded. Captain Eclipse was captured, and the Salvation was left severely damaged in the ensuing battle. The capture of Eclipse marked a significant loss for the Alliance, and the Salvation was forced to retreat after Slave One, Fett's ship, escaped with her prisoner. The Salvation played a crucial role in the assault on Kamino, one of the most critical operations for the Rebel Alliance. The ship, alongside other Rebel vessels, arrived above Kamino to engage Imperial forces and destroy the planet's shield generators. However, the Salvation came under heavy assault during the battle. It was boarded multiple times by Imperial forces, and the ship sustained massive damage, including the destruction of several decks and the loss of key systems. Despite these setbacks, Starkiller, using his mastery of the Force, empowered the Salvation's fusion accelerator cannon with Force Lightning and destroyed an incoming Star Destroyer. Despite these efforts, the ship's condition deteriorated, and General Coda made the difficult decision to abandon it in favor of using the vessel to complete its mission. Starkiller, in a daring move, guided the Salvation directly into Kamino's shield generator, intending to destroy the defenses and allow the Rebel forces to invade the planet. As the ship plummeted toward the planet's surface, the crew evacuated, and the Salvation crashed into Tamira City, taking out the shield generator and causing widespread destruction. The ship's sacrifice allowed the Alliance to defeat the Empire on Kamino, despite heavy casualties. The Salvation's destruction on Kamino marked the end of its service as a flagship for the Rebel Alliance. However, its legacy lived on as the vessel's crew and the events surrounding its final mission played a significant role in the Alliance's victory against the Empire. Juno Eclipse, though devastated by the loss of her ship, continued to fight alongside the Rebel Alliance in the following years, and the Salvation's sacrifice was seen as a turning point in the war. Though the Salvation was lost, it symbolized the unwavering commitment of the Rebel Alliance to their cause. It represented both the hope for freedom and the sacrifice required to achieve victory against an oppressive force like the Galactic Empire. In the aftermath of the Battle of Kamino, the Rebel forces pressed on, bolstered by the Salvation's legacy, and fought to bring about the eventual downfall of the Galactic Empire. The ship's crew, particularly Juno Eclipse and her fellow commanders, became symbols of the Rebels' determination and resolve. The loss of the Salvation was mourned, but it inspired the Alliance to push forward, knowing that the sacrifice of their ships and soldiers would eventually lead to their victory. At least one Nebulon-B Frigate, known as Opportunity, served under the banner of Jinata Security, a law enforcement agency based on the planet Vardos in the Jinata system. Under the command of Captain Lima Kai, the ship was painted in the distinctive colors of Jinata Security and played a critical role in supporting the First Order's Project Resurrection. This operation involved the kidnapping of children across the Jinata system, with the intention of conscripting them into the ranks of First Order stormtroopers. As the Opportunity prepared to continue its operation on Athala, it and its modified GR-75 escorts were intercepted by Iden Versio and her daughter, Zay Versio, who had come to investigate the kidnappings on behalf of the Resistance. Iden and Zay were led to Athula after discovering that Del Miko's ship, the Corvus, had been investigating the same issue. Upon confrontation, the Opportunity deployed its fighters and fled into Athula's asteroid field, hoping to escape its pursuers. However, the two women proved more than a match for the Opportunity's defenses, swiftly taking out its escorts and crippling the frigate by destroying its engines. As the situation escalated, Iden engaged Captain Lima Kai in a personal battle while Zay, using her wits, contacted the Opportunity. In a clever ruse, she threatened to launch a barrage of non-existent concussion missiles, convincing the ship's crew that their only option was to surrender. Believing the threat, the Opportunity's crew not only yielded, but also provided the Versios with critical information on Project Resurrection, thus crippling a significant element of the First Order's operation, and dealing a blow to their efforts to control the galaxy's future. The Nebulon-C frigates were originally constructed for the New Republic, but due to the large-scale demilitarization policy enacted by the Senate, many Republic vessels were either decommissioned or repurposed as salvage by 34 ABY. One notable example of this was the Anodyne, a Nebulon-C frigate that was decommissioned and effectively written off in the aftermath of the demilitarization efforts. However, the Anodyne did not meet its end in a scrapyard. Instead, it was acquired by the Resistance, where it was reconfigured and repurposed as a hospital ship. In this new role, the Anodyne supported the Resistance's medical needs, providing aid to those wounded in the ongoing conflict against the First Order. Tragically, the Anodyne met its demise when it ran out of fuel during the Battle of Exegol. Struggling with no way to escape, it fell into the range of the Supremacy, the flagship of the First Order, and was destroyed. In 35 ABY, the Nebulon-C frigates saw renewed use in the fight against the Sith Eternal Forces on Exegol. A fleet of these frigates was assembled under the leadership of Lando Calrissian to assist the Resistance in their final stand against the Sith. The Nebulon-C frigates played a significant role in the large-scale battle, providing vital support to the Resistance forces as they fought to overcome the Sith's overwhelming strength and secure a victory.